We welcome to episode number 2 of Tokusatsu Action Anime Thursday Night Titans.
Hello.
Good evening and good morning to some people, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
And what have you.
And tonight we are talking about Godzilla 1955's sequel to Godzilla Raids Again.
Came out April 24th.
Yeah. April 24th. Okay. So here, let me start with what Tokusatsu is, because you're probably wondering what that is. So, according to Google, it said, and this is off Wikipedia, and this is probably the same definition of what Tokusatsu is. It's a Japanese term for live action films or television programs that make heavy use of practical special effects. It is credited to special effects director Eiji Tsuburaya. Tokusatsu mainly refers to science fiction, war, fantasy, or horror media featuring such technology, but is also occasionally dubbed a genre itself. It's really interesting.
Mainly stuff like Kamen Rider, Sentai, or Power Rangers, if you're more familiar with that. Ultraman, Godzilla.
Yes. I'll keep talking about it. I'm just sitting out.
Go further, elaborate.
Okay, sorry. Like I said, Tokusatsu. Good examples are any Kamen Rider series, the Sentai series, or as I said, Power Rangers, if you're familiar with that. Godzilla's Tokusatsu. It's a subgenre called kaiju or kaijuiga, I believe. But yeah, there's so many different shows that fall under the Tokusatsu bracket that you wouldn't think have any link to them, like Godzilla or Metal Heroes or Kamen Rider or Ultraman.
Yeah. Which in itself are good series, which is awesome.
Oh yeah.
Yes, they are. And they carry themselves in a way. Because and Kamen Rider has had crossovers with Sentai in the past as well.
And Ultraman and Godzilla.
I was going to say Ultraman, I have never seen crossover with Kamen Rider. Sorry, I'm talking about the modern era. That's what. Sorry, I was going to. Kamen Rider, Ultraman has not crossed over with Kamen Rider or Sentai in the modern era. Now, in the
Showa era.
Thank you. In the Showa era, we had Kamen Rider and Ultraman crossover together. Ultraman is a big staple, I think, of Tokusatsu. And it's carried on to this day.
And will carry on into the future.
Forever and ever until all of eternity ends.
Otherwise, we're all out of a job.
Very true.
But anyways, let me go over what the synopsis is, what it says of Godzilla Raids Again, which is the sequel. For those of you at home do not know, it is a sequel to Gojira. And I guess, and it's another way of saying it is it's the sequel to Godzilla. Shoot, I'm losing my track. What's
1954, the original Godzilla?
the American dub? What's the American dub?
Godzilla King of the Monsters.
Okay, thank you. Sorry. I was losing my brain.
Godzilla King of the Monsters.
And it's Godzilla King of the Monsters is the previous one before this, also in English. But anyways, it says, in a seaplane searching for tuna, pilot I don't know how you... Geek, I might need your help with this off IMDb for the reading of the summary, though.
All right. Let's see. You said IMDb. IMDb.
I'm good.
And boof.
I'm getting tongue twisted with characters' pronunciation.
Let's see, where is the... Get out of my way. Koji Kobayashi, a spotter for the Japanese fishing fleet, crash lands on his plane on a barren island. His best friend, Soichi Tsukioka, manages to find him and lands his plane next to his so he can be rescued. The two pilots are shocked when they encounter two giant monsters fighting each other and race back to Japan to inform the authorities. One of the monsters is identified as a second Godzilla, while the other one is identified as a prehistoric monster named Anguirus. Without the weapon that killed the first Godzilla, countermeasures are developed in an attempt to divert the monsters away as they make landfall in Osaka. Japan can only brace for tragedy as they have to suffer through the horror of Godzilla once more. Was it the other gentleman's name you were trying to pronounce?
Mm-hmm.
Sorry about that.
No, it's... How'd you say it? Say it one more time.
Sorry. Soichi Tsukioka.
Soichi
Tsukioka.
Yeah, I might be pronouncing his other name inappropriately, but I mean, hopefully a fan will yell at me and put me in my place.
Hopefully, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So when I was me and Bushido Blade, or Smalls. Sorry, you want me to call you just Smalls? Is that best?
Smalls, Bushido, I don't care.
Okay. Anyways,
I'm flexible.
I'm the same way. Just don't call me late for dinner.
Okay. Anyways, I had to take notes with... I took some notes with this one. One thing I really enjoyed with this movie is the music. I think there's a dance kind of style scene, and it's with two characters, and Smalls can help me with this because we were watching the same scene as well.
Yep.
And the music just flowed real good, and it's one of those musics you want to see in a show or movie. Another thing I really enjoyed about this movie is I really liked the creature design of Anguirus. Now, when I was doing research and stuff, he is like an ankylodon or ankylosaurus.
Oh yeah, it was an ankylodon or
ankylosaurus. Or ankylosaurus.
Yeah.
Hey, Brony Gamer. Hey, Matthew Sweeney. What's up?
Matt. He goes by Matt, by the way.
Hey, Matt.
You got a question for you guys in chat?
I think that'd be pretty sweet. I mean, I like the majority of the designs for the MonsterVerse, so I think Anguirus would look pretty cool. It would be nice to see an Anguirus that doesn't look like a dude walking on his knees.
Right. Or something that looked like another cat or a dog.
Yeah, some of the Godzilla suits really had a French bulldog vibes.
Can agree.
Anguirus has not yet also. Well, he's not appeared physically. I'll just say that.
I just hope they also don't make him a punching bag like he was for the Showa series.
I haven't
show
seen
up in
them
movies
all,
and get
so
his
I
ass
don't want to
kicked.
really get kind of spoiled. But you're fine.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I don't know if Smalls is the same way. If he wants to, or I'll let him judge his own opinion on it when he sees them.
Well, and also, it was kind of cool to see that Godzilla wasn't just sort of the main bad guy in it when it came to, well, the other monster.
I wouldn't consider either of the monsters bad guys because it's not like they were like maliciously destroying the city or anything. They were just so busy beating the crap out of each other, they just destroyed everything around them. The destruction was secondary to the fight between the two of them.
Very true. And Godzilla knew who was the threat, and it was Anguirus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Still, this Godzilla got buried by an avalanche. I'm like, aw. Well, don't worry. There's more Godzillas to come further.
Yeah, but all the ways Godzilla's been quote unquote defeated, being covered in ice is not the best. I would agree.
Also, in Raids Again, is that I like the introduction to his atomic breath or the fire breath. That was cool.
Yeah, of course, the best scenes are when Godzilla starts popping off. That's just me. I like the pretty colors.
So that's always fun to watch. Plus, not only that, when it came to the civilians, like, they were pretty interesting and cool.
Because one, there was good writing, and also the writers understood they were making a giant monster movie. I mean, it was probably like the second or third one ever made by that point, but still, they understood they were making a monster movie. So while yes, you needed the human bits to kind of pad out everything else, you need to focus on the monsters in your monster movie.
Of course. You need humanization and all that in the normal bits because civilians have to do their parts too.
Yeah, but you get some monster movies where it's like they focus almost exclusively on the people. Godzilla and Anguirus tore that city up. Another thing that kind of ability would Monster vs. Anguirus would have in all your opinion. I mean, I call me a purist. Why mess with a good thing? Just make him a big spiky bruiser like he was in his Showa days.
And not only that, his spikes become projectiles if you wanted to really use them as projectiles.
One thing, okay, so this is a move that at Pokemon, and you know how we have Pokemon Tail Whip. Why don't you use the tail as a weapon? Because the tail does look like it's movable. The tail does like you could do it like that. You have a whip effect with the tail. You have to see it in the movie to understand it. But this design is on A+.
Monsters do use their tails in the movie. Godzilla butt slaps people all the time.
No, I'm saying Anguirus.
He would be a spiky butt slap.
A very
I like it. I like another thing that they did well is they set up who Gojira was, so you don't have to watch the first Godzilla to understand this one. Because what I liked is they showed previous footage from Gojira in this movie to set
They
up
did.
who
They gave you the backstory,
Godzilla
right?
is. This is what they need to do for sequels in monster movies. I would even go as far as like Star Wars or other genres or whatever when they
Oh,
go.
I'm not going to get into to the quagmire of a comment war that would start. No.
No. I'm just saying,
Mhm.
why don't they just show a highlight, a clip or something of like you know how like Sentai they have on the next episode they show highlights. That's what I'm saying, but show it like a clip or something.
Because some people need more than a clip, and some movies need more than just a few clips to summarize them.
Yeah, I mean, the last Godzilla was defeated by an oxygen killer or
Oxygen
destroyer.
destroyer. Yeah,
Yeah,
you're right.
oxygen
Yep.
destroyer.
And the creator of said weapon killed himself at the same time, so it's not like they can use it again, because he also took his plans with him.
Uh-huh.
Yep, that he did. Literally kamikaze. I'm like,
Yeah.
well, the good doctor sacrificed himself for the greater good. So it's
Yeah, and
like,
took his weapon plan with him. So because I mean, could you imagine that shit used on on humans?
yeah. Unfortunately, we do have nuclear weapons like that now. So that's
Well, yeah, that's how we ended up with a giant radioactive a reptile.
yeah. So great.
Mm-hmm.
Ain't
mean-
that just education for you?
I mean, I don't think it's I don't think the people who lose their homes are so much saying yay.
Yeah, of course, that's a bunch of my sarcasm.
Uh-huh. I like how these kaiju were fighting in this movie. It's like kung fu fighting, but
It reminded
it's
me of
kaiju fighting.
I
Sorry, go
to
ahead.
me, it felt less like kung fu, and it felt like to me two actual animals just brawling.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you do Smash Bros, you have King K. Rool versus King DDD. It's like the two kings of different franchises going.
Or King Bowser.
Yeah, you know what I mean, though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, it's very possible to include those two.
Bowser versus K. Rool.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
They're both.
The Battle of the Cheap movie props.
Hey, not I wouldn't call well. Okay, some of the later Godzilla movies were kind of cheap, but that's because you could tell they weren't they were using just the same suit over and over again.
Yeah, I mean,
Especially in the last
kind
two Mechagodzilla movies.
Yeah, what I referenced there is basically Snake's comment about the great and horrible King Bowser.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
He's pulling a line from the Smash Bros.
Brawl mostly. Yeah.
Brawl.
I've only ever actually played the first Smash that was ever released back on the fuck what
64.
yeah, the
Nintendo
64.
64.
God, that shows you how long ago it's so long ago. I forgot about it.
Yeah, I played that
I
one.
hate it.
Or I've played that one.
I played it when it was in when they had it in McDonald's.
Wow. Hey, that's cool, Granny.
Awesome.
Yeah. I like how they introduced Anguirus also. It's different. It's unique because I like how they, and I wrote this, didn't write this in quotes, but they say Anguirus is a threat greater than nuclear weapons. That's what I got from it.
Yeah, maybe on paper, but watching him in action, I don't see him as greater than a nuclear weapon.
Uh-huh. And
I mean, you
then
could probably take him out with a nuclear weapon.
Mm-hmm.
Because we know Godzilla was radioactive. Was Anguirus radioactive?
I don't. Go ahead. I pulled that up for you, geek. There's
You know what? Baragon would be interesting to see the Triphibian monster. Wait.
Keep
No, wait.
talking.
I'm not thinking. No, wait. They did do Baragon and GMK. I'm thinking. No, Varan. Varan is who I'm thinking of. Varan.
Okay.
Yeah, Varan the Triphibian. He was because he could walk on land. He lived in a lake, and he also had like flaps under his arms so he could fly like a flying squirrel and shit. Yeah, Matt. Thank you. Same Baragon. What's up? I'd say what the hell I'm smoking, but I know what I'm smoking. I need to smoke less.
You're fine.
But yeah, I'd like to see Varan in a monster verse movie.
I like how he approached by sea in this one, because I feel like he didn't get a lot of approach by sea in the original. I mean, he's there, he's crossing the water, but you got the iconic theme more playing, I think, in this version than the other one.
Yeah, with the original Godzilla, it implies he's come from the ocean, but whenever you see him, he's just like the first time you see him, he's popping over a hill.
See, one thing they didn't explain this in. Is this the spawn of Godzilla? Is this the, you know what I mean? Is this the original? It's
not the original. I believe the explanation is it's the same species but a different animal. Different animal somehow has the exact same mutation too.
I'm just saying that we didn't get that explanation in the movie. That would have been nice, for somebody that's never seen it to clarify. You make it that way. You put it in you write it in film, writing, screenplay, whatever.
Oh, I agree with you. Me and a friend had an argument because we were arguing over Iris from the third Gamera movie, because in the movie itself, they say that Iris's DNA is unknown, that they don't recognize it. But the director after the movie said that Iris was a Gauss mutant, and I'm like, I agree. If you're gonna say something, put it in the movie. Don't do it like at the fact, like, oh yeah, it was this all along. Then why didn't you put it in the movie? But that's just me, and yeah.
I like how Godzilla takes a bite out of Anguirus. It's like, here's food, munch.
Yeah, I think one of the last times you ever see Godzilla actually bite and look like he's chewing on something, because I think it's a rule now that Godzilla can't be seen eating anybody. That's why in -1 Godzilla grabs people and just chucks them. Because he can't eat them, so he might as well just throw them.
Get yeeted.
Me and Small not seen -1.
We haven't seen that.
We need to check it out though at some point.
Oh yes, it is great, and dubbed or subbed, both are really good.
I've heard. I've had friends on social media. They'll take cracks at the dub, saying the dub isn't great, and then
from just watching it, the dub is good. It's not bad at all. When me and my roommate first watched it, we watched it subbed, and then with my other roommates, I watched it dubbed.
I like the Army and the Air Force got involved in this. I'm sorry, I was reading off the summary, so I'm just. And the Army and Air Force got involved. We didn't see the Air Force much in the original, if you know what I mean, geek.
Yeah. Usually in these movies, these movies, the army fights are usually just stock footage.
Interesting. I didn't even know that about this. Like this one that it was like planned like that. That it would be like where it was stock footage. I did not know that about this one. What you're talking about.
Basically, if you look at a lot of the different Godzilla movies and watch the scenes with the army jets and such, you'll notice that a lot of movies have like the exact same jets getting blowed up by the monster scene kind of deal. Because you'll see the monster do an attack in one scene, and then the next scene you'll see the jets flying and kaboom. And Matt, when you say Gorosaurus, do you mean that that one weird T-Rex looking one from the Destroy All Monsters?
He'll respond. He's probably reading what you're saying.
I feel it. I feel it. Though I'm gonna answer my own question. Just look it up.
Yeah, he said yes.
I mean, we've got a bunch of depictions in media of T Rexes. Gorosaurus. I guess
I've got a good depiction, and it's the T-Rex from Jurassic Park.
The V Rexes from
original
from the King Kong with Jack Black.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, that I'm looking at a picture of Gorosaurus. Yeah, that guy. Yeah, maybe not because kind of basic.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's just a T-Rex. Or sorry, looking at this, he descended of an allosaur. He's just an allosaur.
Uh-huh.
He's Godzilla. He's Godzilla before the glow up. Got a nice drop kick. Maven would be proud. Ha ha ha.
Huh? Don't know who this is. Okay.
Have they ever
Anyway.
dealt? Buried Ice is a friend of mine. Have they ever dealt with undead and the monster stuff? Or they mostly just sci-fi stuff. Though I don't think Godzilla's ever dealt with anything that would be considered undead. That actually would be kind of interesting. Well, would you consider a robot controlled by the ghost of a dead monster's necromantic or undead?
Smalls, questions for you all.
Yep. What's up?
It's on the screen.
Buddy said, "Have they ever dealt with undead?" And I'm just wondering, would the Mechagodzilla from MonsterVerse technically be considered an undead monstrosity since it's a robot controlled by the ghost of King Ghidorah?
And not only that, Mechagodzilla is all machine, and since it was made from King Ghidorah, that means it's made from remnants, so it has no soul. So basically, I can say Mechagodzilla is undead.
Okay.
It's just a machine.
It's true. He's right.
It's a kaiju warforge.
Mm-hmm.
Now they need to make an actual undead, like a maybe a necromancer like kind of character that's a kaiju that could.
I mean, since they're still doing stuff with Kong, maybe some Kongs are risen from the dead, and Godzilla and Kong have to fight an army of undead monkeys. Actually, that would be kind of awesome.
Actually, I have a friend that's an actress from one of the Kong movies.
Cool.
We'll have to get her on, maybe.
That would be awesome.
Uh-huh. The fire effects were really cool.
Didn't they just literally use just flash actual flames and such? Because I mean, see, when that's being back in 1955, yeah, they probably just used real fire.
Mm-hmm. But anyways, what I was saying before we went live and stuff is he is in it is Hiroshi Koizumi, who is the one guy that the tuna pilot guy. He is Kappa's in Kaku Ranger. He is Kappa's he is not the voice actor. He is like I don't know if he's credited as suit actor, but he is something for Kappa.
You said the guy who played Soichi, the Hiroshi Koizumi.
Yes.
I'm looking at his film credits for television, and he was the chief airport traffic controller in Ultra Q. He was in Onihi Hankacho. Never heard of that. And he was also in Cho Sishin Grand Zazer. He was Shinichi Nakajo. But yeah, I don't see a Kaku Ranger.
Oh, he's there. It's just, I had to go through it with a toothbrush. Like,
come on, Kaku Ranger. Lucky.
I'll send it to the Discord real quick. I've got it here.
Oh, I've already opened the wiki for Kaku.
It's off IMDb where he's listed on it.
See characters, villains. There we go. Kappa. Oh, come on. His voice actor was Soichiro Akiboshi. Oh, Akiboshi.
He voiced Kappa for 2 episodes. It's on IMDb. I don't know where. Brony asked a question, by the way.
Oh, have I seen King Kong Skull Island? Oh, hell yeah, man. That movie was fucking great.
I haven't seen that.
We need to get him to watch it with us on a Thursday or something.
Oh, hell yeah. I'd be down.
That's the one that Bushido that introduced Kong into the MonsterVerse.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Kong, it's kind of like a Kong origin story. Bushido would go nuts, I think, over that one. But this guy, after reading this, he's got a lot of Godzilla credits. I will give him that. A couple. About 3. Yeah. And he's in other monster stuff. What was I going to say? There was something I was going to go back to.
Yeah, agreed, Brony. That is an absolutely fantastic movie.
Uh-huh.
Had some. Sorry. Yes.
He wrote to you in chat.
Oh.
He said he wants to watch it with us.
Hey, that can be arranged.
I need you to help me on the server. Organize it so it's better. If you don't mind, sometime I need to make you a server owner. If Smalls can tell me how to do that off stream.
Which server do you mean?
On the one that we made for the Discord.
Oh, what we have on the Discord is not a server. That's just
No, the JTAC one. I'm saying we could make that into the.
Oh yeah, that. That's not too hard. I mean, just looking at it now doesn't seem too bad.
Yeah. Okay. Anyways, I like the effect of the avalanche.
Oh yeah, that was definitely very clever. The way they pulled it off for the finale.
I've always been one of those. Me and my dad both were like, he's a fire breathing monster. Why doesn't he just melt the bloody ice?
Right.
Right.
I mean, he's a nuclear mutated lizard with atomic breath.
Yeah. And the whole an ice rolled over his mouth. Okay, did the ice flow down and plug his throat?
Did he choke on that when it came into his throat?
That's what she said.
Uh-huh.
That's what she said.
But yeah.
Yeah.
It was probably cool back in the day when they did it, but like I said, just for me, I thought it was kind of a dumb ending. At least in like Godzilla 1985 dropping in a volcano, that makes a little more sense. Yeah, the volcano may not kill him, but he's covered in molten rock. It's not like he's gonna melt the rock and just walk out.
Yeah, because volcanoes kind of possess atomic nuclear power themselves. Realistically, if we're talking realistically,
power on par to nuclear, but not the same as nuclear. More like a geothermal kind of thing.
Oh yeah, the geosphere. That's the hottest part of our planet.
We have another question from Matt.
Oh, I've seen Primal Rage. Never really played it. But I hear certain parts of Primal Rage
are
better.
I played Primal Rage all the time was when I was a kid. My favorite character was Chaos, the monkey. Yes, I was into fart jokes as a kid. Sue me. Seriously, the Chaos attacks were belches, puke, farts, and one of his big moves was him just pissing on you. I think that was actually like a fatality kind of thing, if I remember right.
That was his finisher. He had acidic urine.
Yeah, yes, I like how even though he was just a swap of the ice gorilla, I forget his name off the top of my head. He was still different. His moveset was different enough that he felt like a completely different character. I also remember my friend would always kick my ass with the yellow T-Rex looking guy. The one whose whole stick was he was a hungry dinosaur.
He just put it in chat.
Yeah. Blizzard. You got to admit, for an ice gorilla, that's a little on the nose. At least the farting puke monkey Chaos makes you think a little.
And you could. This is now. I was just looking at this off the Wikipedia for Primal Rage. It does say it was released on the Midway Arcade Treasures 2 for Xbox, GameCube, and PlayStation 2. It was then released on the PC in 2006.
Primal Rage came out in 1944. 1944. Yeah, it was 1944. We were
1994.
Yes, that's what I meant.
Yeah, you're right. I think it's. I feel
Yeah,
like
I was all of 12 years old.
I feel like I've never played it, but what what do you think? Yeah, what do you think if they remastered it and released it now? Do you think it would work more?
I feel the farting puke monkey I mentioned, Chaos. He would either be like watered down to like a really tame standard, or just utterly removed.
Mm-hmm.
Also, you don't see fighting games like that have a weird roster. Nowadays. It's either a Street Fighter or Tekken or something like that, or maybe like Soul Calibur. You don't see stuff where, like, monsters beating each other, or factory robots beating on each other.
I have to say, Godzilla Raids Again. I did not notice till I saw this on IMDb. It has a nomination in Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Films.
I would agree on the remake of the game, but I don't know if the story would make a good movie. Maybe a web series on YouTube or something.
What do you think of that? What I just said about Godzilla Raids Again a second ago?
Pretty fascinating.
That's
It's pretty good considering
Hey.
I was there watching it with you, and I honestly thought it was a pretty good movie.
It is 100% a classic.
Mm-hmm. It was well written, but that ending though on how to get rid of Godzilla, aim for the mountaintops and cause an avalanche and kill him.
Well, didn't kill him. It froze him.
It just buried him and froze him.
yeah. Ultra Q. What Geek was saying, what the one guy was in, is Ultraman's first ever series. It's basically the Twilight Zone,
Mm.
in a sense. And that's
Gotcha.
just the closest thing I'm going to describe it with.
Mm.
Hey, Ultra One, Ultra Q.
Mm-hmm. Your friend commented something else, Geek.
No, James. It's been it's actually gotten more action movie orientated. The one going like from one scene in the newest movie, Godzilla fucking suplexes another monster, just like WWE, just up over suplex.
They must have really taken him to Suplex City, y'all. I'll never get over that
joke can
Godzilla
rest
dropkick.
in peace. Oh God, yes, the fucking anti-grav drop kick from Godzilla versus Megalon.
That one cracks me up still. It's so unexpectedly funny that you'll never see it coming, but it's there.
Yeah. Fucking Jaguar grabs Megalon, holds him. Godzilla just run, and just fucking slide and drop kick.
He's using his tail in order to pull that off.
Interesting. IMDb lists the original Godzilla director Ishiro Honda, who got a lot of the Showa movies. He directed a lot of the Showa Godzillas, and then some other guy is credited as director as well. He was uncredited in this film. Godzilla Raids Again. Honda was uncredited in this movie.
Maybe he was just like a ghost director kind of thing. Maybe only helped out on a couple scenes. I don't know.
That's cool. Anyways, I really like the suit for Anguirus. I feel like it's the first. Please correct me on this. I feel like it's the first Ankylodon in Tokusatsu, but I feel like I'm
I
missing
mean, first in Kylosaurus, I would agree. Yeah, and I think realistically the only one, because I don't think they made another Kylosaur monster like Anguirus.
I feel like Sentai has had those, but
Oh God, Sentai and Kamen Rider have been around long enough. You can find some. They've probably made everything into a monster.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, shit. I think in V3 they had one that was like a vacuum cleaner cat.
Smalls hasn't seen it. Hasn't seen V3.
Neither of I, but I like to read the wiki when I'm bored, and sometimes the monsters fascinate me because they run the gamut. Because like in some series, the monsters are kind of semi not serious and a little goofy, where in other ones they're just they'll look like Power Ranger monster actors, but character wise, they're goddamn serial killers.
Fair.
Well,
of course, there were some.
We'll get you to watch V3.
There was also a Kamen Rider who was just a straight up serial killer.
I believe I know who you're talking about.
I forget his name, but wait, wasn't it? Wasn't he was from Ryuki Oja, the purple one? Was yeah? You know what? I'm on the fucking computer. Why don't I just look it up right here? See, Kamen Rider.
Do we want to put what our scores for this film, or do you feel like we've hit enough on this movie to put like what out of 10 you would rate this, or do you feel like we should talk a little bit more about it before
I'm biased. I'd give it a 10 out of 10. And yes, the Kamen Rider I'm thinking of is Oja, who was a serial killer, and I think you know what, I'm going to stop right there because you haven't seen it yet, and I don't want to spoil it.
Yeah, I don't want anything spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
I feel you. I feel you.
Mm-hmm. But Godzilla Reigns Again was definitely a cool watch, so I'd say I give it about a 10 out of 10.
I agree. It's a 10 out of 10. This probably makes the first of my Godzilla movie. This. Hold on, let me read what I put. I'm going back for my little thing. I'm looking back at something I talked about on social media real quick. It'll only take a second. What I put for the original Godzilla was way back in the day. I thought it was a 9 out of 10. I should have corrected myself when I was talking about it in episode 1. That's my mistake. It's not that I hated it. It's not that I disliked it. I felt it was around a 9 out of 10 because of the effects. It felt like, so I watched, okay, interesting story before I give my full grade and whatever. I watched Gamera before I watched the first Gamera before I watched Godzilla. I had seen Godzilla before. So I watched it like, I guess for a second rewatch before getting into Gamera, because I watched Gamera first because it really interested me. The original.
Gamera is really neat. Gamera is full of meat. We are going to eat
Gamera. Long story short, I feel like, to wrap it up, I feel like this is definitely a 10 out of 10. I would recommend this actually as a first watch movie for anybody that's getting into Godzilla.
Mm-hmm. And speaking of Gamera, Gamera is actually the Atlantean turtle protector of the world.
That's only in the Heisei series. In the original movie, series, the Showa era, he was a fire-eating turtle dinosaur.
Rawr.
That's the only explanation. He was a giant turtle from the dinosaur era that could fly and ate fire. And after the first movie, just decided, you know what? I'm gonna protect humanity. No reason, just
Without
here right
any
now.
rhyme or reason. Okay.
And we forget the fact that he stomped through Tokyo. Since remember, he eats fire, so he stomped through Tokyo with the specific purpose of burning that bitch so he could eat the flames.
Mm-hmm.
Fire good.
Fire good.
And Godzilla and Gamera, the original movies, are kind of similar in a way.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've seen the original for Gamera.
I used to own
Smalls,
all the original
so-
Gamera movies.
I've never seen any of the Gamera movies.
Wait till he sees them. I'll just say it that way. Okay, back to what
we need to get the Gamera movies that were done with Mystery Science Theater 3000.
I've never seen that
Science
show.
Movie Theater 3000 is one of my favorites.
I'd be down to check that show out.
Oh,
actually.
it is it's hilarious. They basically they take movies and they riff them. It's hilarious.
Yeah, I mean, even those guys who did the Science Movie Theater 3000 even did a funny parody on funny animals on Animal Planet, and they were just ripping into the animals with audio commentary of their own voices, just mocking.
But I feel like we should say I feel like we should say why the movie, why we give it a 10 out of 10. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'll admit mine's a 10 out of 10 because of nostalgia. It was one of the movies I watched with my dad when I was a kid. So most of those I'm always going to remember fondly. And admittedly, like I said before the show started, I didn't do my homework. I didn't watch this. I haven't watched Godzilla Raids again for like, I want to say 15 years.
That's a long time.
Yeah, when I used to work graveyard, I'd have a mini DVD player, so I'd watch a lot of Tokusatsu movies like the Godzilla stuff. I'd just order them off of Netflix and just go through 3 a night.
Back when they had Netflix DVD rental.
Yeah, I mean they still do. Just no one talks about it or really uses it anymore.
Yeah, because it's all streaming now. Because not everybody uses physical media anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I try to keep physical media because you never know when the digital media is going to go bye-bye.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's very true. That is horribly true. But, yeah. My reasoning for giving it a perfect 10 out of 10 score is because the storytelling and the pacing was really good. It's short. And also, Godzilla versus Anguirus was probably the highlight of the whole movie. Before that somewhat anticlimactic ending.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my opinion on the movie and how I detail it.
Oops. Okay. I have to agree with you. That's kind of like mine as well. Oh, by the way, before I forget, we have another question.
Garsha? I've never heard of that one.
You know what I could do? I could share the screen and
Garsharp.
I'm looking it up.
I'm seeing some of the older pictures of Garsharp. It looks like it was supposed to be some kind of snake-looking thing.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah, you know what? Maybe not. You know what? I'd like them to bring back the second Gamera villain. Wasn't that Baragon?
Gyrus?
No, that uh no, Sonny, you know words. Let's see. I'll look him up and send you a link. No, that's not. You know what? Gamera. I'll just look up Gamera. There you go. See Gamera.
But anyways, while you're doing that, I'll talk about why I give it a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, go on
And-
ahead.
Okay. Well, I love the effects. That's a plus. Barugan, he's saying.
Barugan, yeah. Yes, you're right. It's Barugan. Sorry.
But I love the effects. The suit's really cool for... Anguirus is such a cool suit. We need more creatures like Anguirus in future movies if they do this. As an idea. Just an idea. What else? Okay. I got you. I really enjoyed the music. The tone of this movie felt really good. It felt different, but in an upscaled version than the original.
Right.
I loved also the effect of how they buried Godzilla in it. I shouldn't kill Godzilla, but in this one,
It didn't kill Godzilla.
It knocked him
beat
out.
Yeah, because
Knocked him out, beat
that's
him.
another big
Sorry.
Godzilla rule. Except for two occasions, Godzilla doesn't die.
Right.
Mhm.
And
Those two occasions being the first movie and Godzilla against Destroya.
I don't know if they recently, before I end this, recently there was a rule of thumb that just came out this year, like a couple weeks ago, that said we cannot have Godzilla die anymore or something. Also, I have to find it, and it's buried somewhere. I don't know where, but it came out. And I think they were talking about the Monsterverse when they did this. But anyways, that's enough from me rambling about this.
Mm.
Hey, isn't this the whole point of this show is us rambling about our nerd hobbies?
Right?
Yeah, we're simply talking about Tokusatsu and talking about kaiju.
Like I said, nerd hobbies.
Yeah, we're being nerds. You freaking nerds. Oh,
Yeah.
no, wait. I'm a freaking nerd.
Anyways, in wrapping this up, I highly recommend this for anybody that's never seen a Godzilla movie, wants to check it out. It's on my recommended list as for beginners to Godzilla. Even Brony, if you're here, I know he hasn't seen a lot of them. He's never probably seen the Showa or Heisei. He started with the Monsterverse. Sorry, but you did. And yeah, that's where I'll end it right here.
Okay.
And I was going to end it by saying, join us August 15th join us August 15th. It's Bushido Blade, Warrior, and Kamen Rider Geek will be deciding what anime we discuss for the first episode of animes next month on August 15th, but you can check.
Instead,
can join-
or instead of just doing one anime, we could just discuss animes we like, because we could make a long episode just about anime. We don't have to devote it to one. Why should we? There's just so much, you know.
But I'm
There's a
saying
lot.
we should do the action anime reviews of shows. You know,
Mhm.
make it unique, make it cool, make it fresh, make it fun. But anyways, you can catch us August 15th at Thursday, August 18th. Sorry, Thursday,
15th.
August. I corrected myself. Thursday,
Mm.
August 15th at 8 p.m. Central Time, 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern. Hopefully, we have our third co-host with us that day. I don't know. If not, it'll be us three or somebody else will be with us. But anyways, this has been Tokusatsu Action Anime Thursday Night Titans, Episode 2, signing out.
Peace.
Be sure to follow the Black Cat.